but I did debate about not posting this video, but that's not what I wanted this channel for. I wanted it to document my journey. Hello and welcome back to my channel. We're gonna go get Champ ready now. He's off to Berry Farm's dressage championships tomorrow, which I'm not prepared for. We actually qualified for this show 2 years ago. If you go back and watch Champ's journey, which is on my channel, he had a saddle that didn't fit, but we didn't know it at the time, and he was just starting to misbehave a bit. So we took him out to a dressage show just to see whether he was bored at home and see if he performed better anywhere else. And that's the show that we qualified at 2 years ago. But for some reason, they've just not held the championships. And if you go on their website, you can see in advance what shows are coming up. And it's never said anything about this championship show until I got an email 2 weeks ago to say it is going ahead. And of course, do I want to book in? So I've booked in, but usually we'll have a hell of a lot more notice than that. So I could have hired the arena beforehand and just taken them out and about for some practice. But I've not done any practice or anything. And we are in their big indoor international arena, which I don't think he's ever been in it before. So that's going to be an adventure in itself. So yeah, I'm just going to hop down the yard now. I'm not going to bath him, it's absolutely freezing, but I will just wash his socks so he is a little bit more presentable. So that's him all washed, ready for tomorrow. I've only done his socks and his tail. Put his plait in his ear, so I'm just going to rug him up now and put him to bed. And then we'll get him out in the morning. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we don't have any antics like we did for last week's show. If you haven't watched that video, go and check that one out. I think it starts as a weekend in my life gone wrong, and see what he got up to. But yeah, I'm just going to chuck him in his stable now, and we'll come back to him in the morning. So there, we'll get there, won't we? It's 7:30 in the morning and we're off to Berry Farm's dressage champ. Champ is on board. I didn't film anything this morning, so we had all eyes on him so he can get loose before this show like he did last show. So yes, we're on our way. We're then booking, I'll get ready, get him ready, and we're getting warmed up. So I don't know how he's going to behave here. As I say, he's never been in the international indoor arena, so I think he's going to find it to be a bit spooky. And being a championship show, I can't have a cooler and I can't use a whip, so how that's going to go, I don't know. We all know that dressage is not my forte. As soon as I enter at A, I can't remember where the hell I'm going, so I feel like this is gonna be an absolute disaster. But it's the first championship show that he's ever qualified for, so we're gonna go whatever and give it our best shot. So we get tacked up and dressed, and then we head up to the warm-up arena. There's 3 arenas next to each other, but between these two on the left here, there's a higher brick wall, so he can see other riders' heads bopping up and down above that wall, but not the horse. And so his attention's really quite focused on that. He's not listening to me at all. We can't have a whip at a championship show, so I've got nothing to try and get his attention back onto me. He's not listening to my leg at all. He's just so focused on what's happening around him. And then here he just stops to scratch his nose, which, looking at now, I need to stop him from doing that. But as he's riding round, he's getting heavy in my hand and really trying to pull down to scratch his nose, which I don't want to stop him doing, but he can't actually do that in a ridden show or a dressage show. So we need to stop that. And as you can see, head up and down, focus is just not there. It is not with me at all. But this is what I was expecting at this show to some extent anyway, because it's a new venue for him to be at, and he's just not used to, yeah, he'd ride around perfectly fine with Gambler and Willow, of course, at home, but getting him out anywhere else, he's not used to seeing other horses. So we're just giving him a ride round. I'm trying to go through the tests that we're about to do, but he's not listening, he's not bending. So by now I do know that the test results would not be anything good at all, but it's a case of just experience, just getting him out to do more. That is the only way he will get better, is by going out. Here we're meant to do a free walk on a long rein. This is our warm-up, don't forget, but he's just so focused in the horses in the other arena. There's, of course, you're going to get no stretch or nothing at all. So we head into the main arena in a second, where I have not got good feelings about the test anyway, but we just keep going. So then into the main arena, I'd come in where Lewis is stood filming this, and I'd gone left, and there's an extra set of judges to the left, and then there's a glass judges box up the top end, and at the bottom end is a glass cafe. And I had struggled to get him round the outside past the judges box. I'd struggled for so long that the steward had to come out and help lead him past the judges box. And here she comes running down again in a second to help lead me past this flower pot. It's just, he's so scared. There's nothing that you can do when they're not giving you anything. I haven't got a whip to try and drive him forwards. It would be better if he was trying to essentially take off with me, because then at least you've got the forward movement to try and then get him to move. But I've got nothing. He's going backwards. So she leads me all the way into the dressage arena, which is embarrassing in itself. You know, this is a big championship show, but as I say, he's never been in this arena. We qualified in one of the outdoor arenas. So here I'm just struggling him. I'm trying to pony club kick him. I'm trying to just move his head so he in turn moves his feet to try and get him going. So we finally do manage to pick up a trot and go down the centre line, heading straight to the judges box at the end, the glass one. He's spotted the judges on the left. Now we're heading straight ahead is that judges box. So he's not listening, he's not bending. And then suddenly he clocks sight of this flower pot here. And again, I can't move him. I've got nothing. I'm pony club kicking him and we've just got nothing. So I do put my hand up and retire, which is such a shame, because however bad it was going to be, I wanted to get through this test so we've got something to work on, something to improve on. But we cannot move. So I'm back home from the show now. I'm sure I'd have put the clips in by now and given you a little talk over, but I did debate about not posting this video, but that's not what I wanted this channel for. I wanted it to document my journey, the highs and lows of having a young novice horse. So that was the first show that I have ever withdrawn from, but he wasn't giving me anything. I couldn't get him to go forward. I've had a dressage test before where things are going wrong, but we've always completed the test, even with wrong moves, because they were actually going forward, but he was just giving me nothing. He just lacks so much confidence in places, in new places, everything. And sometimes I do feel that it's my doing, because back when we broke him to ride, and of course I put the brand new made to measure saddle on him and it hurt him after 6 weeks, I always just feel guilty, and I'm always trying to not push him, trying to be too nice at times, really. Let him see it, let him just get, of course you want your horse to see it, but I think I'm a bit too relaxed with him. I'm worried that it will hurt his back or do this. I need to realise that he is nearly coming 7 years old, and he needs to do a bit more than he does. So although negative from the show today, you've got to take positives from it. What are we going to do to change to make this better, make him grow up a bit more now? It's definitely time for him to do so. I need to stop letting him not get away with stuff. He's young, he needs to see it, but I need to make him just give me a little bit more now. But so yeah, I'm going to take him off the calmer. I do not think that's helping at all anymore. Although when ridden, I need to slow him down in the trot work, but the calmer, I think it's taken the fire out of his belly, so I've actually got no go from him at all. So I will take him off the calmer and just do some more outings with him, get him out, get him to see stuff. Of course, as I said earlier in the video, we qualified for this show 2 years ago. He was out of action for so long without his saddle, and I didn't think the championships were going ahead because they didn't put it on their website until 2 weeks ago that we were actually finally going to this championship show, and had to book in. And of course there was no dressage between then and now for him to go out and see this venue. He's not been to this venue since he qualified 2 years ago, but he qualified in the outdoor school, and they had the show today in the indoor school, which he's never seen. So, you know, we have to, it's a learning curve, isn't it? This is the truth about young novice horses. Nothing goes to plan, you know, so we just learn from it. I'm gonna up his work, do a bit more with him over the winter, because I've got big goals for him next year in the ridden showing side of things. Luckily, I don't take dressage to heart. It is just means to an end. I don't have a school, so I do dressage, because if I hired that indoor arena there today, if I hired it for an hour to school in, it's £60 an hour. But doing the dressage test, it's usually about £18 a class. So, and then I can warm up in their other schools anyway. So that's why I do the dressage, is just so it's a cheaper way for me to hire an arena, really. So I don't take it to heart, but of course I didn't want to have to withdraw like we did. I would have liked him to have finished the course at least. I'm not worried at all what the percent was, what the score would have been. That's not what I do it for at all. But I would like to have at least finished the course. But as I say, that's young horses for you. So on to the next step. But if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Thank you.